I think, was the newest thing on it. It's like, well, that can't be the right one, but it was yours. It's your old account. I know all about that losing password stuff there.
Yep. That's, I made all of those before I went into truck driving. After, once I was on the road truck driving, that's where I lost my password. I misplaced the password somewhere and I couldn't get back on it. But, it's alright. When I left the truck driving, I came on back home and taking care of my grandparents now. But, yeah, it's made a new one and you know, and it's going pretty good. I wish my doggone radio would fix itself, but, yeah, I usually would be pushing about 150% modulation right now, but I'm only pushing about 60%. So, makes the new videos, is a little bit rough and tough with a broken radio record.
Yeah, roger that. No, it was funny because I found my old video from 4040, and that was, I think it was last year. Somewhere around this time, be my guess. But, yeah, I do get that, although, I'm not, you know, broken or not. Just doing. I've got a couple of different radio stations, and this one's just it's always here. It's the 2000, I turn it on, I go over there, I push a button, and, then I start talking. It's not much of it, it's a silly little radio station. It's got a little, IMAX 2000 there, about 48 feet off the ground. I didn't think 48 feet, 28 feet off the ground. And, that's it. That's all it is.
Well, it's definitely working for you. No doubt about that, man. Yeah, my next station is going to be up on my hill. I've got about 100-foot hill right next to my house, and my beam is actually kind of pointing into. I'm in the valley. There's a 300-foot hill on the west side of me, and a 100-foot hill on the east side of me. And the valley is north and south. And so anyway, I'm going to be putting my tower and my antenna up there on the hill. And I'm going to buy me an IMAX 2000, put my M107 on the flat side, to my IMAX 2000 on top of it. And hopefully by that time I can have a little box on the side and maybe a 2 or a 4 pill plugged in the wall. And have a little bit of help, and I'll probably be using my Cobra 148 GTL I got for $45, Roger.
Yeah, Roger on the GTL. Yeah, well, the 148's a 2000s. I have a 148. It needs help. It's had too many people dinking around with it. It wasn't a version when I got it, and I didn't even want to open it up. But that hill, that's a lot of coax. Coax doesn't come cheap.
Yeah, no, I already got a wheel and wheeled it up there, and it's 500 feet, but I'm going to make it about 560 feet or so, maybe even 600 feet just to be safe. I'm going to also get that from Copper Electronics as well, because they, from what I've seen, they have the cheapest coax cable, and it's going to be all RG8. That's all I need, really. A lot of these guys like to get Helix and all these big, you know, companies, big old coax cables, and you know, I don't run that much power. I only run a couple 100 watts at most, you know, when I have it. But when I went to truck driving school, I gave my 400-watt box to my neighbor, my local here in Paso. Just gave it to him along with my Wilson 1000 and a whole bunch of other radios, and just told him, hey, use it, you know. But yeah, once I get some power in this radio and the antenna up there on the hill, it'll be a little bit better, I hope.
I don't know, dude. I'm sitting at 237 feet above sea level, and it's a little valley. It's like a little valley of Alsea. If you Google it there, Alsea, Oregon, there, you'll find it's silly to think that I'd even be getting out from there. And south, well, I'm on the western side of the coastal range, so I guess I'm just kind of cruising around right down the coast there. But these kind of conditions happen about once a year, and apparently, well, it's time.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm recording you again. Because these conditions don't happen often, but I can tell they're changing around a little bit. You're kind of dipping and dabbing now, but still hear you all by yourself out there. Sounding real crystal clean. I forgot to tell you, by the way, you have one of the cleanest stations I've ever heard. Real crystal clean, nice sounding station. But yeah, man, I'll get that station up there, and we're sitting about 800 feet. Myself, 800 feet above sea level, and we're only about 30 miles from the coast. So anyway, hopefully I just get a good enough ground up there on the hill. I know a lot of water runs off the hills, but they don't really consume a whole bunch of water like we do down here. So we'll see how it goes, Roger.
Roger that. Yeah, it's conditions are starting to fade or switch and do whatever they're going to do, so I don't know.
Come on, gentlemen. Come on, gentlemen. You guys can say hello to 6 double nickels to Eugene, Oregon.
Round plane, I don't know. And just the fact that it's January 24th, 2012. That might be it. Anyway, there, Radio Man, if I do lose conditions from you there, it's been nice chatting, and I found it. I haven't clicked on it, though. We'll see how it sounds. I've never been too concerned about how this sounds, really. It's the same setup I ran, and I used to listen to myself on other radios and such, so I know how it should sound. I kind of lost the redneck thing. I do that occasionally, and sometimes I'll slip back into it. Well, that's always been my radio persona, and, well, they'd say that I'm a redneck anyhow, so I suppose that's just the way it works. But, yeah, it was the annual cotton, but actually, I guess it must have been 2 years. If that one for 4040 was, 2010, about this time, it's been 2 years since I had the conditions in California like this.
Wow, 2 years, I can't believe it. Yeah, it's, last year I missed them. I was on the road last year, so about this time. So yeah, it's actually no, I left on the road in March, so I was here last year, but yeah, we still didn't have real good conditions. Usually Channel 6 would be booming with 709 and Doc Adams and all those guys, big boys up there in the Northwest. Channel 6 is where it used to happen, but this is actually the first time I ever talked to Northwest Corner on 28, to be honest. But when I got off that key last time, I heard of somebody else out there, 007 or 007 something. I forget what the 28 was, but I did want to wave a hand and acknowledge his station. I was just waiting for you to get off that key. But anyway, 399, I do believe it was. Yeah, we'll find one out there. I'm going to get back out of the way and let you look up that YouTube video for you. And I am rolling another one right now, so I'll be posting this here pretty soon, too. 135, Radio Man, California West Side, battery in the mail.
Roger, the Radio Man. The only way I knew you...
Hello, gentlemen. 6 double nickels. 6 double nickels. Eugene, Oregon, flat side, standing by.
We're just going to sign off until it happens again. Radio Man, you have a fine evening. Thanks, bud. Like I said, I see it. I just haven't clicked on it. 3.
Well, thank you, California. You sound real good in Eugene, Oregon.
All right. 399, I do believe it was. All right, 339, I'm sorry, 339. 6 double nickel, that's what it was. 6 double nickels out there taking you out now. All right, there, 339. Take care, my friend. Always a pleasure on this end. 6 double nickel, I'm going to wave to you too. Radio Man, California West Side, rockin' on.
102 inches, land flat. Yes, sir. I made the antenna 20 years ago. It works pretty good when the skip's rolling. Don't work worth a damn in town.
A6 double nickel. A6 double nickel, Radio Man, California West Side, trying to acknowledge your station, mate.
I hear you out there.
339 said that.
Roger, 6 double nickel. Sounding good out there. 6 double nickel. Take care. Well, roll this video gate. Radio Man, California West Side, back out.
All right, Radio Man, have a good one. 6 double nickels, Eugene, Oregon, flat side, standing by.
That's a 10 dB Roger. That's a 10 dB Roger, 6 double nickel. Tell California I said hello. I'm back out.